A very warm and cheerful welcome to you all in today's virtual class. I am here today to describe about the suprasegmental features. Before we did about what suprasegmental feature is, and we also talked about the length. Okay, out of a different suprasegmental feature, length is the first one. I would like to revise in short about the suprasegmental feature, length. Okay, as I told you before, length refers to the suprasegmental feature which is based on the time duration taken by a particular syllable. Okay, that's why length is the suprasegmental feature which is identified by the time duration taken by a particular syllable or in the production of a particular syllable. Okay, in suprasegmental feature, length doesn't only refer to the quality of a segment. Okay, it has more than the quality to do with the quality of a segment. Okay, there is a quality of a segment, and there is more to do with the quality of a segment in the suprasegmental feature, length. Okay, so it is the quality of a syllable. Okay, suprasegmental feature is the quality of a syllable identified with articulation and other categories associated with the syllable. Okay, so it refers not only to the quality of a syllable, and it has the inclusion of other categories as well. Okay, so for example, the syllable bad. Okay, bad contains relatively longer vowel. Okay, why is it so? Okay, out of these two words, bad and bad, what happens? The bad contains a little longer vowel than the one that is in bad. Okay, bad and bad, because vowels are always longer before voiced consonant. This vowel, yeah, here the vowel is a here and the vowel is a here, but this a is a bit longer than this a because of the surrounding environment, because of the influence of what this da sound and this ta sound. Okay, that's why this ya is a bit longer. It is because of because it is before what, the voiced consonant da, and here we have a voiceless consonant. That's why it the same vowel, okay, yeah, is here what, it takes a shorter duration of time to produce because of the surrounding environment of the sound ta, there is voiceless consonant. Okay, so in this way we define length. Okay, now let's move to the next one about let's stress. Okay, stress, as I told you before as well. Okay, I told you something about stress before. Okay, stress is that feature of spoken language which refers to the degree of force while pronouncing a particular sound or syllable. Okay, there is stress. Actually, it refers to the muscular tension or the degree of force or the prominence given to a particular syllable. Okay, while producing them. A word might have 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 syllables. Okay, out of these 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 syllables, we one let's say syllable is stressed one. Okay, stressed one, we give much muscular tension to that syllable. Okay, so stress refers to the degree of force while producing a particular sound or what syllable. Actually, it is the quality of the syllable. Okay, stress is associated with loudness or length and pitch or degree of prominence. Okay, the length is determined because the stressed syllable is a bit lengthier than what, than the unstressed ones. Okay, that's why it is a bit louder than what, than the unstressed syllable. Okay, and the degree of prominence is given is high on what, on the stressed syllable. Okay, so in terms of stress, there are two types of syllable. Okay, when we study about this stress is directly linked to a syllable. Okay, that's why a syllable can be of two types on the basis of what, on the basis of stress. Okay, now there are they are what, they are stressed syllable and unstressed syllable. Stressed syllable and unstressed syllable are the two different types of syllable in terms of stress. Okay, now A stressed syllable is produced with a greater amount of energy. Okay, the amount of energy is greater, okay, is high on what, on the stressed syllable than in the what, in the unstressed syllable. Okay, that is, or it can be also produced with much muscular tension than an unstressed syllable. That's why a stressed syllable is produced with a greater amount of energy or with much muscular tension than an unstressed syllable. Okay, now the stressed syllable, okay, the stressed syllables are marked by the sign this. Okay, this is the sign. This is the sign. This is the sign given to the stressed syllable, placing immediately before what, before them, immediately before the stressed syllables. Okay, when you see this sign immediately before some syllable, then that refers to what? That refers to stress. There is there we need to provide, we need to give some, let's say, greater amount of energy there in that syllable. Okay, for example, let's say in English word father, father. Okay, now see here, father, father, father. Here what happens? What happens? That is fa. The first syllable is stressed, and the second syllable is what? Unstressed, because stress mark is here. That we produce this this word. Okay, this word has two syllables. One is stressed syllable, that is fa, is a bit louder. The pitch is high. The degree of prominence is high here, and it is produced a bit, let's say more loudly. Okay, in this way, there is the word father is produced. Okay, but the is what, the is, it is unstressed one. That's why in unstressed syllable we don't have any mark, we don't have any sign here. Okay, and this sign shows that the in the word father, the first syllable is stressed and the second syllable is what, unstressed. That's why it contains two syllables, fa and the. Okay, fa and the are two different syllables, and out of these two syllables, fa is stressed and the is what, unstressed. Okay, the former is more prominent. The former means this one, fa, the first. Former means the first one. Okay, the first syllable is more prominent and stressed, while the latter means this the. Okay, the, this the is here what, the is less prominent and it is what, it is unstressed. Okay, in this way we try to identify stressed syllable and unstressed syllable in a word. Okay, now in English, vowel a often occurs in unstressed syllable. Okay, where there is a sound, this a sound, the shortest a sound, and that a sound always comes in what, in unstressed syllable. Okay, for example, now you can see here about. Okay, about. Okay, about. This a is not stressed here, it is unstressed one. Okay, and rather what, rather about is stressed here. Okay, vowel. Here we have got two different vowels, a and ow, two different vowels. Out of this, if there are two different vowels, then there are two syllables. Okay, two syllables. Okay, that's why a is unstressed syllable and bout is what, stressed syllable. Okay, that's why this a here often occurs in unstressed syllable. In the same way here also in father, you can see here. Okay, in father this the is what, it is because of this this word is unstressed. We can let's say we can guess in that way as well. Okay, there is a sound. A sound is where there is a sound, that a sound is what, always unstressed in English. Okay, it is what we'll do about stress. Okay, we do about stress. Now next one is what, next one is next concept is stress is that suprasegmental feature by which we can distinguish the meaning of a word or of a, let's say, whole utterance or sentence. Okay, that is, we can distinguish by using stress properly. Okay, we can identify, we can distinguish the meaning of a word. Okay, sometimes of a whole utterance or what, sentence. Okay, we can get the meaning differently. Okay, differently. Now you can see here, for example, praise. Now you can see here the stress mark here, a present. Okay, present. Present means what, a present, because here first syllable, how many syllables here, we have got two syllables, present. Okay, two different syllables are here. If the first one is stressed, then this is what? This is present. Present, that is a present. A present means it is a gift, it is noun. And here what? Here present. If you say present, okay, now see it is present. Present because first one is stressed. Okay, and it is what? It is, let's say, it is present. Present, present, this is present and this is present. Okay, when you say present, it is what? It means to present. Means what? It refers to what? Verb here. It is not noun here. Okay, that's why a present is noun and to present is what? Verb. In this way, when stress is applied to a word in different position, then the meaning of the words might be changed. Okay, changed. So it is the example of what? Example of a word by different uses of let's say stress, what the meaning is also changed. Okay, now next one is sentence examples can be, okay, other, let's say sentence example we can give here the sentence example. This is the example of word and here we have got the example of sentence. For example, let's say here I want bananas. I want bananas. Okay, the meaning of I want bananas is what? Not oranges. I do not want oranges. I want bananas. I want bananas. Okay, I want only banana. I eat nothing else. Only bananas. This means so. Okay, bananas has been word stressed. There is much importance or the much significance is given to what? Given to the word bananas here. That's why the meaning here is not oranges. Okay, now I want bananas. Okay, I want bananas. Okay, I want. If want is stressed, then whatever is the meaning is not hate. Not hate. I don't hate bananas. Here, okay, here I want bananas, but nothing else. But not oranges. Here I want bananas. This means what? I don't hate bananas. I want bananas. Okay, I would like to eat bananas. Okay, bananas. So I want bananas means not hate bananas. Okay, bananas. Okay, and here now see in the next example, I want bananas. Nobody else. Okay, I, not you, want bananas. In this way, in when we have the stress on different words in a sentence, then they mean what? The meaning of them becomes the meaning of them becomes what? Becomes different. For example, I want bananas here, not oranges. I want bananas here, not hate. And I want bananas, not you. Okay, in this way, that is, we can get the meaning. That's why you, I think, you are you have been let's say clearer with this stress feature. Okay, stress feature. Okay, next feature out of different suprasegmental features is tempo. Okay, tempo feature. Okay, tempo, actually it is it is the way of speaking. Okay, it is identified by the way of speaking. Okay, the tempo refers to the speed of speaking. Sometimes we speak very fast. Okay, that's why we have got what? Some kind of tempo in us. Okay, we, some of us might speak out with a high tempo. Okay, tempo is high. Okay, that's why tempo refers to the speed of speaking. Okay, and it is conditioned by the speaker's emotionality. Okay, if we are emotional, then what? Then our tempo might become high. The speed of speaking might become high. Okay, we sometimes we speak with high speed. Okay, sometimes our speech is normal. Okay, this is identified, or this is conditioned by the speaker's emotionality. It depends upon our attitude. It depends upon our emotional factor. Okay, when we are angry, when we are happy, okay, or when we get certain things let's say suddenly, then at that time our tempo might become high. That's why it is conditioned by the speaker's emotionality. Okay, now next one is, in other words, tempo is the pattern of the movement of speech organs. Okay, that is, when we our speed of speaking is high, okay, at that time what happens, our the pattern of movement of the speech organs is, let's say, the pattern is let's say moved in that way, in some way, okay, in some way. That's how it, there is the movement, okay, some kind of movement, okay, the movement is fast, okay, when we speak. Okay, so it is it refers to the pattern of the movement of speech organs, or it is identified by the pattern of the movement of speech organs. Okay, now an increased tempo or speed, okay, when we have got increased tempo, or when we have got increased or high tempo or high speed while speaking, okay, it may imply what? Boredom or tiredness in the speakers. Okay, we might be tired soon if our tempo is high. If we speak out very fast, then at that time we may the listeners may also feel boredom sometimes. Okay, and we, the speakers, can also become tired. Okay, tired. So that is an increased tempo or speed may imply boredom or tiredness in the speakers. Okay, now next suprasegmental feature that we have got in our list is what is pitch. Okay, pitch. Okay, as I told you, tempo is also tempo or stress also, they depend upon the pitch level in the production of a particular word or sentence. Okay, pitch is the suprasegmental feature that refers to the degree of highness or lowness of one's voice. Okay, sometimes we speak out with low voice. Sometimes we speak out with high voice. This highness or lowness of our voice is known as word pitch. Okay, pitch. Okay, so it is that suprasegmental feature which is identified by highness or lowness of our one or less voice, and it is determined by the tension of the vocal cords. Okay, that is, tempo is determined by the movement of the speech organs. Okay, but pitch is determined by the tension of the vocal cords. Okay, how the vocal cords vibrate. Okay, how the vocal cords come together. Okay, how the vocal cords are wide apart. Okay, that determines what? That determines the highness or lowness of our voice. Okay, this is known as pitch. Okay, that's it. The more rapidly the vocal cords vibrate, the higher will be the pitch. Okay, that is, the more rapidly the vocal cords vibrate, the vibration of the vocal cords. Okay, that may identify the pitch. Okay, that's why the more the vocal cords vibrate, the higher will be the pitch. In this way we identify pitch here. Okay, now the next one is let's say juncture. Okay, it is very important, very much important, let's say suprasegmental feature. Okay, sometimes we produce language which have multiple meanings. The pronunciation might be the same, the meanings might be the different. The same pronunciation it will be there, and the meanings are different. Okay, the words are also, the morphemes are also different. Okay, at that time what happens? It is the job of juncture to identify whether the word, whether the phrase, whether the morphemes, the morpheme is one or the other. Okay, or the, in this way it is very much important to demarcate the phonetic boundary line, the phonetic boundary among the spoken, let's say, phrases or spoken forms. Okay, now see, juncture refers to the phonetic boundary feature. It is the phonetic boundary feature while speaking. Okay, where should be the phonetic boundary? It is identified by the juncture. Okay, and this phonetic boundary feature may demarcate grammatical units. It may demarcate grammatical units like morphemes or words or phrases or clauses. Okay, so phonetic boundary feature, it gives a boundary to the morphemes or words or phrases or clauses. Okay, that's why juncture refers to the phonetic boundary feature, and it may demarcate, it may show, or it may let's say mark whether this is one morpheme or the other, whether this is one word or the other, whether this is one phrase or the other. In this way, okay, it is the job of juncture. That juncture plays very important role. Okay, if you are fail to identify the juncture, then the meaning becomes a different one. That's why as a language speaker we need to have the knowledge of juncture. Okay, juncture helps to identify the meaning of let's say morphemes or words or phrases or clauses. Okay, now it is the way of passing from one sound to another. Okay, it is clear here, it is clearly given here. There is juncture is the way of passing from one sound to another. How we pass from one sound to another. Okay, and that passing from one sound to another may differentiate the meaning. Okay, the pronunciation might be the same. Okay, the pronunciation of the phrase for example might be the same. Okay, but their meanings can be different when in the connected speech. Okay, when we speak normally, then at that time they might be produced in the same way. Some phrases might be produced in the same way, but when we see their meanings, the meanings might be different. That's why juncture is a very important aspect, very important suprasegmental feature. Okay, so now, so for example, let's say here you can be clearer from the example here. Okay, for example, the phonetic transcription of both the expressions. Now see both the expressions here. A name, okay, a name and a name. Now see how here are the two different words, or are these the same words? Okay, certainly they are two different words. Okay, two different phrases, a name and an aim. Okay, they're two different phrases. Okay, have they got single meaning? Certainly not. Okay, certainly not. Okay, they have got a name has one meaning and an aim has another meaning, but both of them are produced in the same way, but they have got the same pronunciation. The meanings are different here. Okay, out of these two expressions, out of these two phrases, okay, phrases, the first one has one meaning and what the second one has the next meaning, but both of them have the same pronunciation. A name, a name, a name. Okay, a name or an aim. And it is now here we can we must have the knowledge of juncture to identify the difference between these two different expressions. Okay, if we do not have the proper knowledge of juncture, then as a language, let's say speaker, okay, as a language speaker, we don't have the capacity to identify whether the expression is a name or an aim. Okay, in this way, because in the fluency of speech, what happens in the fluency of speech? They are produced in the same way. Okay, they have got the same pronunciation, name and name. Okay, when you speak fast, when you see only this word, name you can say, and here an aim you can say. Okay, but when you speak out and when you use these phrases while speaking, then they have got what? They have got the same pronunciation. Okay, now the pronunciation is the same, but their meanings are different, and the capacity to identify the meanings from the same pronunciation is known as what? Is known as that is juncture feature. Juncture, it is because of the feature juncture we are capable of identifying the meanings. Okay, meanings of these expressions. Clear? Okay. And now let's move to the next one. In such a situation, okay, in such a situation, it is the job of the juncture. Okay, it is the job of the juncture, which tells us whether the expression is a name or an aim. Okay, a plus name or an plus aim. Okay, now it is the job of juncture, as I told you previously, as I told you just now. Okay, and let's say what let's say in such a situation, what happens? It is the job of juncture. Okay, we have to see the juncture, the future juncture. Okay, juncture, if we have got proper knowledge of juncture, then we, the language speakers, can easily let's say tell whether the expression, whether the phrase is a name or an aim, a name or an aim, but a plus name or n plus aim, but they have got the same pronunciation, a name in the fluency of speech. Okay, that's why juncture plays a very important role. Okay, sometimes we might have let's say such encounter with such words, okay, such words when we speak at that time. It is the job of juncture. Juncture tells us, okay, whether the expression is one or the other, whether the meaning is one or the other. It depends upon the context as well, okay, in which context we are speaking. Okay, the context of the speech also tells us whether the expression is a name or what, a name. Okay, so this type of feature of language, okay, which is above the segmental feature, which is not let's say visible. Okay, it is invisible one. Okay, there is here, these are segmental features, a name, they are what, they are segmental features. And for these segmental features we have got what, we have got extra let's say makeup given to these segmental sounds, and that is known as what, suprasegmental feature, the extra makeup. Okay, some makeup that um, is given to, or given to a particular word, particular expression. Okay, then this becomes what, this becomes suprasegmental feature. It is supersegmental, that cannot be segmented. Okay, that is a name. Okay, this type of feature is not segmentable in this way, a name or an aim. These are what, these are segmental, they are segmented here, but when we speak this becomes so, a name. It is not segmentable. That's why it is what, it is the, we need the knowledge of suprasegmental feature to identify whether the expression is a name or a name or a name. Okay, in this way we have to know, we should have the knowledge of juncture. Okay, juncture. Now next one is your other examples. Can be other examples, you can take other examples as now other examples, that you will be clearer, you will be much clearer when you see these examples. Okay, other examples can be ice cream. Now see this, two expressions, okay, two phrases here. Okay, ice cream, ice cream, are they different or the same? They are largely different. Okay, ice cream and ice cream. Okay, it is when they are produced, when you produced these two words in normal speed, then they are ice cream, ice cream, ice cream, ice cream, ice cream, ice cream. And it is the job of juncture to identify whether it is ice cream or ice and cream, ice cream or ice cream. It is the job of juncture to identify the difference between the two expressions, ice cream or ice cream. In the same way, next example is here, fish stocks, fish stocks, fish stocks. Now see, fish stocks and fish stocks, fish stocks and fish stocks, fish stocks, fish stocks. Which one is this? Which one is P stocks and which one is fish stocks? It is the job of juncture. You can ask to the juncture about the meaning of these two expressions. If you have got the proper knowledge of juncture, if we have got the proper knowledge of juncture in linguistics, okay, then you will identify whether it is P stocks or P stocks. Okay, so these are these two. This set is also this set can also be taken as what? Taken as one example. Okay, and next one can be what? Next one can be 60 cups. Now you can see here 60 cups. Okay, 60 cups. 60 cups or 60 cups. Very much confusing on. Okay, this confusion will be removed by the knowledge of juncture. Okay, whether the expression means 60 cups or whether it means or 60 cups. Okay, this type of confusion will be removed by the knowledge of juncture. Okay, we need to have the knowledge of juncture, the proper knowledge of juncture to identify the meanings of such let's say confusing or such a pronunciation. So let's say 60 cups. How different? Okay, the meaning is. You can easily let's say guess. Okay, are 60 cups and 60 cups both of them mean the same? Certainly not. Okay, certainly not. Okay, 60 cups and what? 60 cups. 60 cups and 6 teacups. Here teacups are only 6. Okay, here what? 60 cups. It may be 60 cups of tea, for example. Okay, that's why 6 teacups and 60 cups. Here the difference between them will be identified by the knowledge of juncture. Okay, by the knowledge of let's say the context, the contextual use of language is also helpful to identify the difference between whether it is 60 cups or 60 cups. In this way we'll do about juncture. Okay, I think you are clear about up to juncture, and tomorrow we'll do about what? We'll do about tone. Okay, next feature is tone. Okay, intonation, and we'll do about them tomorrow. And I'd like to stop my class here for today, and thank you for your participation, and I will come with another video tomorrow. Okay, thank you very much for today.